This is me, at the age of 6, gleaming happily behind my very first animal encyclopedia book, despite not yet knowing how to read. This image summarizes me entirely, highlighting the person I've longed to become ever since young. Hi, my name is Daisy, and ever since young, I've wanted to become a veterinarian. I am a first-generation Mexican-American and a first-generation college student, and I was raised entirely by my mother in a single-parent household. Unfortunately, my father struggled a lot with addiction growing up, often resulting him in years in imprisonment, DUIs, and I never really grew up with him when I was younger. This forced my mother and I to rely a lot on each other, which meant I had to step into the very figure I still needed in my life. This familial hardship has made it very difficult for me to achieve a higher education, and especially now that I'm ready to transition to a four-year university, there's a lot of financial constraints that come with depending on a single-parent household. I've used this disadvantage to fuel the resilience I have to change the stereotypical labels that are often put on students that come from single-parent households. I am currently majoring in biology at San Diego City College, but I'm really hoping to transfer to UC Davis as an animal science major. However, transferring to UC Davis on a single-parent household income makes this transition incredibly difficult for my mother and I, which is why winning the Hacemos academic scholarship would really allow me to move forward with this decision. This scholarship would specifically help offset costs like tuition, enrollment fees, deposits, housing, everything that comes with transitioning from community college to a four-year university. Career-wise, I really want to become a veterinarian and be able to help contribute towards the low percent of Hispanic veterinarians that work in the field. Additionally, one of my long-term career goals is to be able to mentor future pre-veterinary Hispanic students and demonstrate that stories of hardship are still able to move forward with their education. I also really want to emphasize that my future work as a Hispanic veterinarian is going to specifically impact low-income communities and communities that come from underrepresented backgrounds. Unfortunately, these communities face a lot of financial hardship and language barriers because of the lack of veterinarians that don't speak Spanish or any other language than English. And by being able to mentor these students who are passionate about animal health care and their culture, we're able to bridge that gap between affordable pet care, the client, and the animal that is in need. I understand that applying to veterinary school is incredibly expensive and competitive, which is why throughout these past 2 years and in high school, I've been working towards the goal of contributing to my field, gaining research experience, and academically excelling. Some of these experiences include volunteering through the Humane Society as a Spanish translator veterinary receptionist, leading the Bird Alliance Club and providing outreach in Spanish to include all club members as the vice president, being a Spanish peer mentor in high school for freshmen, volunteering as a student poll worker and assisting Spanish-speaking voters, and acting as a lead coordinator for the Native Plant Invasion Project, which restores native plant gardens in low-income communities. I also currently work as an accredited veterinary assistant at an urgent care and surgery, where I am the only Spanish-speaking team member on the days I work. One of my favorite things is to translate Spanish because I get to watch relief wash over the faces of Spanish-speaking pet owners. Additionally, in the summer 2025, I experienced a paid internship opportunity at a biomolecular laboratory at UCSD, where I was the only community college student in a cohort of 40-plus participants. I was recognized with 3 awards, one of which was a Travel World Conference Scholarship. I had the opportunity to present my research at SACNA's NDI STEM, an international research conference, with all expenses paid. I also spoke on a panel to over 50-plus community college students about imposter syndrome and provided them with tips on landing research internships as community college students. I was also just accepted into the UC Davis Summer Pre-Veterinary Enrichment Program, where students gain hands-on veterinary experience through clinical rotations in a wide variety of specialties. My mother showed me that if she was able to do it, so can I. And as a future associate graduate with the 4.0 and 21 units in honors coursework, I believe that my story will soon ripple a spark in other motivated students. And in general, I really want my future work and my future legacy to demonstrate that hardship, whether it be financial limitations or familiar constraints, do not define your future. Porque con mucho esfuerzo se puede. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I truly hope to be a scholarship recipient in the future because investing in me means investing in our community. Muchas gracias.